All
Now,
right.
I do not agree. Hi, everyone. Hey, Daniel, Tracy, Phil. Look, I do not agree with Mamdani on his, on his platform, or of course, any socialism. Anybody that knows me, I'm like Mr. Capitalism. But here's the thing, and I know Fox News is talking about his little speech behind George Washington's desk on July 4th as being, it was down and people hated it and stuff like that. But I listened to it, man, and he said it's the same thing. Why are there poor and people going hungry in the wealthiest nation on earth?
No, Dave, I listen. I think
That's my song and dance.
there's a little of a balance that has to be done here, because really the traditional Republican is not what Trump is. Trump is also working with the unions. Trump is like, hey, these people need some help. The traditional mindset of these Republicans is like, screw them. If you're not taking care of yourself, screw them. Every man for himself. And it's not like that, really.
Right.
Or at least in Trumpism. So
right. So, Gene, I don't know what the latest is, but I saw a thing coming across my feed about Graham Plattner in Maine. Something else is coming out about him, that some kind of an assault charge. Not that he's in charge, but this is being allegated, and now he's taking time to reflect.
Well, here's the thing. He's a Democrat nominee for a United States senator. That's right. What it is. Okay.
Right.
Heavily contested seat, which means when it's that big, the research that goes about these candidates, opposition research, must be just incredible of the amount of money to spend to vet him. And if he has skeletons in the closet and he did not think that they're going to come out in a Senate race like that, I don't know.
Yeah, well, he probably figured they would, but then he'd be able to explain it. But it doesn't work like that in real life, especially if you're running for the. If you're just a private citizen, nobody's going to care. But you're running for, like you said, you're running for the United States Senate. That's a whole different thing. Guys, don't forget to share the show. Share the show. Share the show to your friends and family on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter.
Dave, we hope this show will go off without a hitch. You say you have a storm. The storm just rolled.
It's been raining here all day. It's been raining here all day, and now the sky is just not looking good. Thanks, Daniel. See, Daniel,
so you guys know.
See, this is why. See, that's great. That's great, and I believe you. And I know Tracy does all the time. That's we got to keep an eye on some of the others, like that Phil.
Hey, Phil has a good eye.
No, Phil did too. All right, you guys are terrific.
All right, I have to remind everyone. I don't know if you guys knew, but during the 4th of July, there was a storm that rolled in, had no electricity for 24 hours. So with this storm coming in, I'm out of the blue. I'm like, okay, let's get this show done.
Yeah, we got a lot of, it's summer. It's summer and it's hot, and we got storms, and
all right.
I tell you, every day's a surprise.
First of all, a lot to talk about today. We will be talking about Mount Rushmore. We also have a video. I thought we'd get it done. I thought I would get it done by the show. We did not do it, but it's all set to go right after this. So we have another video debuting, and we also will talk about.
Well, is it presentable? Can we play it for the folks later?
No, we need to wait because you need to go look at it.
All right.
You didn't even want to see it yet. You don't have to debut it.
Give them a little bit about what the new video is.
Oh, okay. Hey, listen, guess what? And I know some of you guys know this because you guys have been following us for a long time. The same year that Kim Clement talked about Donald Trump, this is back in 2007, guess what? He also talked about George Magazine. We're going to have the proof of it. Even Donate Clement talking about it, all this stuff. But it's interesting because besides that, what did he talk about? Talked about faith, how this would all tie in. And that's what we've been doing. We share devotionals all the time and see how it all comes together. So that's after the show on our social media. All right.
We'll post it up there for everybody to see.
Right.
It's pretty remarkable. We got Doné in on this, so that's it's all good. It's not just
Oh yeah. No, this is and this is documented with video and everything. So you'll see how it all works out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Dave, you want to go?
This is going to be good.
All right.
Yes, that's right, Trish. Trish has it right. The storm is upon you.
Ready? That's the EBS, emergency broadcast.
Not today. Not today.
This is how we do the emergency broadcast.
I know these. Look, keep talking about an EBS like you think everything is going to be like resolved and stuff like that, but that is if there was such an occasion, that's not a good thing. That means all the power is out, cell phone is out, everything is done. You can't get on the street. You can't go to the store. Deliveries to the food stores are shut down. It's all done. And
really quick,
an emergency message.
Someone, wait, hold on, please. Someone in the messages, make sure that it's not just me. That Dave's audio is good. It sounds like he's on a different microphone, but that's just me. Make sure is it good?
Why you can't hear me?
It sounds it's not echoey. It just sounds like you're in a tin can or something like that. If you guys think it's good, it's fine. I'm just making sure.
Let me check.
All right.
All right. How's that?
Perfect. Look at that. Fixed just like that. All right.
Thank you, Min. All right. Phil says it's good. Daniel says it's a little low. Mint Julep says it's in and out. This is like sitting in a room with politicians. And Echo.
Wow. All right.
Donald saying it's good. Tracy, it's good. All right, we'll go with it's good and a little low.
Okay.
Daniel says, "Hey, I'm a sound guy."
What did Daniel say? If he's a sound guy, he said it was good or bad.
It's good.
Okay, then it's good. All right. Let's.
Now I'm too loud. Mint Julep, you got to help us out here. Joking. It's all good now. Okay. All right.
All right. Let's
get to the show.
All right. Here we go.
Ready to go yet, Gene?
Yeah.
Or maybe that's just me.
All right. Here we go. All right, Dave Blaze. First up, we have on the dispatch, Idaho mom who claims vaccine killed her twin babies. Oh my goodness. Charged with murdering her kids. What's going on here? Like,
she murdered. So she kills her. The grand jury came back with an indictment after seeing the evidence.
The grand jury, right,
the grand jury, and and this woman has been going on. She's been going on various podcasts saying that it was the vaccines. It was
now. What is this? Is this the new thing? Okay, remember, I forgot when it was when someone blamed a black guy, and it was just like it wasn't a black guy. It wasn't me. No, there was no. That's what they used to do. Like, what happened with the crime? Oh, it was tell us the description. It was a black guy. Is this a vaccine thing? Is this the new thing you blame it on?
It's the new. Yeah. She's in. It's just a horror of a situation. I think we have a video, and after the video we can expound on it.
Here we go.
Comes after a grand jury returned an indictment on Monday. You'll recall from our previous coverage, the twin toddlers were found dead in a shared bed in the Northgate Mobile Park in Payette.
It's extremely unusual for two infants to be found deceased and be believed to have passed at the same time. So there's a lot of unanswered questions that we have right now. We are very hopeful that the autopsies will answer a lot of those questions.
At the time, officers were treating the investigation as a homicide with, quote, foul play expected. In the days to follow, though, their mother, Andrea Shaw, went on a podcast claiming vaccines were the cause of her twins' deaths.
You are convinced that these babies died following the vaccinations?
Yes.
But you're so pro-vaccine, so how does that make you both feel that this has happened, that you were lied to?
I feel that I wish I was anti-vaccine now.
Shaw's attorney told us that he too believes her children died from a vaccine.
They were looking at it being a vaccine death, and that's still what I believe it to be.
Okay, that's the lawyer. That's her lawyer.
Convince people. If they've set their mind that it's the vaccine, you know.
How do you go on TV or podcasts and say this? Because it's already, and this is, okay, fine. It's a grand jury, so it's going to go to trial, but it was already a homicide investigation. Now it's straight up murder, like it was planned out and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And then didn't you tell me that she's pregnant again?
Yes, in the news report, she's pregnant again. And see, here's the other thing. What's going to happen with this is her husband, boyfriend, or whoever that is, they're going to get him in a separate room and say, okay, what's going on here? How does this not get resolved? Because if it is, as they allege, a homicide or a murder,
well, he might not know, He might not know that she smothered them or whatever. Right? So he might not know. And then the thing is, look, and I know I'm going to catch flack for this. And Daniel's already saying this. So good to be back with you guys. Well, let's see if you like this next comment.
Right. Just before that, Dave Blaze will offend you.
I got to say, at some point, society is going to want to test. You know, oh, you two are getting married. Okay, do you plan on having children? Yeah, yes. Oh, well, you're gonna have to go through our exam process to see if you're not gonna abuse or torture or kill your kids.
I don't even know. I don't know after this one. I don't even know how to comment on that. But the thing is, like, okay, when someone that doesn't know the backstory hears this originally, then once again it goes back to this. Oh, these vaccines. It's the vaccines. See, I told you, just killed the twins. The poor girl, poor lady.
Yeah. Well, obviously, the evidence the grand jury saw was that there was physical problems with the children.
Okay, I don't see how this is.
Listen, if a baby dies of suffocation, there's evidence of that. You see, this is what killers always forget. No matter how well they might think all the bases are covered, and they've got their murder figured all out, and no one's ever going to catch them. They forget that the police are murder experts. Like, all right, you might have planned out this one murder, but the police they've worked on 1,000 murders. They know all the angles. So there's evidence of suffocation.
I just don't see how it's not open and shut with this, because they have an autopsy.
Right. Right. So the evidence of the autopsy was presented to the grand jury. And this chick is trying to get ahead of it by going on a podcast with the other lughead saying, "Oh, I still think it's the vaccine." There'll be evidence of that. Like, for example, if there's no physical proof of suffocation and was something to do with the internal organs, and there's no evidence of harm coming, like external harm being applied, okay, that's something different. But if the grand jury saw evidence of foul play, that's really it.
And not the boyfriend or husband or whatever has not been arrested that I know of. But just so you know, in Myrtle Beach, someone that I knew, the lady who's in prison right now that I know, killed her newborn baby, but basically hid if you can believe it, hid the pregnancy from her live-in boyfriend, and basically the boyfriend was never charged, everything, totally innocent of this. And it's just strange because I mean this person could be like coming home and of course he believes her, like, oh, the baby's just died. Because she's got pregnant again.
Yeah, she probably said, oh, Billy, can you go check on the twins? And then Billy walks in the room there and they're dead.
Yeah. All right.
What? How that happen? You know.
All right. Dave Blaze, there's another big story coming up. This was in the dispatch as well. We have an election coming up on the 21st of July. So let's see. We still got some time, but we talked about that. One of the showcase ones is actually the governor's race in Arizona. Now, once again, Dave, we have someone that has been already endorsed by Trump.
Well, hold on, Gene. Hold on. Martin has a good. Wouldn't they say death by suffocating evidence? Yeah, not in that video clip, but like I said, that video clip is a little premature. So once she's arrested, then it'll come out. I believe
she is arrested, and then but there's the evidence has not been presented. What the evidence is?
Well, they have to charge her with something.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, this is all coming up as we're like brand new.
This is like in real time.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay. So in Arizona, there is another battle between Trump-based endorsement and Turning Point USA, and this is in the home of Turning Point USA, which is Arizona. But once again, there's another so-called far-right person, or however you want to say it, there. But are you familiar, Dave Blaze, with Andy Biggs at all? A little bit?
Andy Biggs, yeah. Andy Biggs was a big, if I remember correctly, he was a big Ted Cruz guy back in 2015. But then as President Trump started to win primaries and stuff like that, and Cruz dropped out, they all switched over.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. This is Andy Biggs at a Turning Point USA event. Here we go.
So I am grateful that almost to the day, I got a call from President Trump last year, almost exactly this day. It might have been the day. And I answered the phone. Hello, Andy. I got some news you're going to love. I'm going to endorse you today. That was a great day, great moment.
It's a pretty good impression.
It would have been funnier if he stopped after the first line. Hi, Andy. And then just went, that's all I got.
That was great. All right. So anyway, that's the Trump pick for that. That's the one we're going to be watching with this. Oh, now, you know what?
Hold on a second. Before we go into who he's up against, let's just take a look at this here. Dorian Marie, not related to this case, but SIDS is often related to VAX, as is SADS. Are you talking about seasonal affective disorder?
No. Sudden infant death. Sudden infant death.
Well, I know sudden infant death, but what is it? But SAD. I thought SAD was seasonal affective disorder.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Like SAD in the winter.
Okay, I don't. But yeah, okay. Listen, and she's not saying that. That's
correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sudden infant death syndrome is. But like I said, if there's evidence of foul play that the autopsy would return, then that's different.
Well, the police guy in that basically said, "Hey, they're twins sleeping in the same bed." It's just it was suspicious from the beginning because they both died. So
yeah. Oh,
all right.
She commented that it's sudden adult. So the A stands for adult. Same thing. Sudden adult death.
Okay. All right. Good comment there. With this, I just want to mention that one of the weapons that people say about Trump Republicans is that, oh, look, when Trump used to hate Ted Cruz. Trump used to say things about Marco Rubio. What Trump is not looking for is all these politicians right from the beginning to say, I support you, I believe in you 100%. Trump says, listen, this is the direction we're going at. And they can see clearly that they're either joining the team or not joining the team. And these people join the team.
Right.
Simple as that.
You know, it's funny. All right, first off, he's running against this guy Schweikert, right?
I think that's the name.
Yeah. Now Schweikert is billing himself as a conservative, free market, conservative. He's a free market guy, in the same vein that Ron Paul was. But when you got a guy like Ron Paul in Congress, they do nothing. They're just obstructionists to everything, right? So that is not a guy that you want in Congress at this time to be opposing every little bit of legislation that the Trump administration is trying to get through.
Right. No,
so
listen.
as well, he's the guy that wants to weaken Andy Biggs. So
right. And the other thing is, okay,
I'm going with this.
Watch this play out. I'm not saying it, I hope it doesn't. But with these people that run against him, watch the phrase, oh, I can't. This is we're not, this is too much of the system. I can't be a part of this. And basically taking his supporters and running away from it. Right. And then guess what happens? They lose to the Democrat for government.
Right. So this is a way to suck support away from Andy Biggs. And then when he loses, because he's going to lose, he's not going to.
He's going to lose. Well, guys, come on, man.
But then when he loses, he's going to have his supporters just walk away,
right,
and not support Biggs.
Right, to be pissed off as all get out because I was robbed. Does this happen or whatever? But we'll see. And I could probably make a prediction, but I won't. But remember when the other side went with it, the Trump endorsed person. I think it was in Iowa. When he lost, what did he do? He said, listen, either way, we got to defeat the Democrats. So let's get aboard on the other guy.
That was Cornyn in Texas.
Well, no, also the one for the governor in Iowa.
Oh, okay.
Iowa. Yeah, so it was both.
Okay.
Well, and the opposite with that, yeah.
Right. Now, the people that follow us and our readers and our great audience here on Facebook and YouTube, you've heard this song and dance 100 times. That is how these Republican conservatives, whatever, who are fakers, and they infiltrate MAGA. They're really lefties,
right?
So they concoct all these schemes and everything to run candidates to weaken the Republican guy that will vote with Trump. So that's all this is. Schweikert is just running as a means to weaken Andy Biggs.
Right. I'm going to go back to this because it's like the grandest case of it. It's Lindsey Graham. I don't know how many times that they talk about Lindsey Graham, but just go ask Donald Trump. He's a big boy. Did Lindsey Graham say nasty things about Donald Trump? Yeah. Trump said nasty things about them. They were running against each other.
Trump gave out Lindsey's cell phone number from
I was there that day. I was there that day he did that. I couldn't believe it. Everyone laughed, but everyone thought it was a fake phone number, and it turned out to be real.
No, it was actually his phone number.
I know. Okay, they go back and forth, and you have to understand the dynamic of a senator because there's so few of them. They're very powerful. Same thing with John Boone. They're very powerful. If they don't want to be seen as a yes man, like quite to do it, they want to be their own person. So they play this cat and mouse game, but ultimately, do they vote his way or do they obstruct, like Massey did, obstruct what he's trying to accomplish?
Well, that's Massey is to say it was in the same vein as Ron Paul. That's a matter of fact. Ron Paul was known in Congress as Congressman No.
Right.
He never put a bill through. Never. It was just there to obstruct. That was it.
Yeah. All right. Dave Blaze, let's talk about Mount Rushmore here.
Yes. Hold on a second. Hold on. We're going to get to that in a second. But Dory Marie, Graham, now I know you're talking about Lindsey Graham, but let's apply this to what's coming out about Graham Plattner up in Maine. Because the story has broke where there's some kind of assault chart. I don't know all the details, but he's stepping back to reflect on his candidacy now. And
listen, I'm for everybody. I'm not unaware of Lindsey Graham and what people say about him. What I am saying is, just ask Donald Trump, because he has done a lot for Donald Trump. I said this is not officially. Lindsey Graham is the unofficial whip, party whip.
Right.
He basically goes to the other senators and says, hey, come on, listen, I could help you with this. I'm going to play golf with Donald Trump next week. But we need you to vote on this. And that's what he does.
Right. And let's not forget, look, Lindsey Graham was part of the Gang of Eight, Marco Rubio, John McCain.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that guy. He was a weasel, but he was part of the Gang of Eight. I remember seeing pictures of McCain and Lindsey Graham and Marco Rubio over there and finding out what's going on in Syria and so on. So these guys have been senators a long time, but now they've fallen in line.
With
Trump.
Yep. Okay. Let's go into Mount Rushmore here.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, great speech. Oh my goodness, this whole thing with the best is yet to come. Dave, you saw that video.
Yeah.
We have it somewhere
we
here.
Have that video. Play that video. The folks will love to see that.
All right. If you haven't seen this one, hey, perfect timing. And thanks for everyone for sharing. I think, not that you need to know, the weather is clearing up here, Dave. So
not here.
Not here? All right. All right. Check out this video, and here we go. Now, when it comes to the phrase, the best is yet to come, you have to remember that was first a Q post, and then later on, Donald Trump said it. But the thing is, Donald Trump in 2020 did not say it at Mount Rushmore. But what just happened this weekend in Mount Rushmore?
2 years ago, they laughed at us. Now it's only respect. And I want to tell you, the best is yet to come.
So that is what Donald Trump said. The thing is, since George Magazine has been back for the reboot, since then we have always had this shirt on sale. This is the best is yet to come, and it's Mount Rushmore. And quite frankly, with Donald Trump on Mount Rushmore, the best is yet to come. So you can still get that shirt, but the question is, how do we know to put that way back when George Magazine first came about? And how do we know that this would be one of the things that Donald Trump spoke about just this weekend? Now, just as a reminder, go to georgemagazine.com and get this book, limited edition to 1776 copies. And here is the image that I took in 2020 on Mount Rushmore. So check it out, and truly, the best is yet to come.
Well, let's clear that up. That is one of the images you took.
Yes, one of them.
Okay.
All right, yeah. By the way, not to change the topic, but I said this weekend I would be signing. Dave, I got less than 50 to go here before the next batch comes.
before the
But-
next batch comes, and the batch after that.
And the batch
So
after that.
they're
It's good.
coming.
But it's with no, and it was not sweating, but with the no electricity, I told Dave, I got, okay, well, I couldn't even go on 5G. It's too slow. All right.
The theme for my senior year in high
Yeah.
school in Brooklyn was the best as yet. That's pretty good. Also, prom song was the same by Brian Adams.
Oh my goodness, that's great. See, now the thing is, I didn't go to the prom.
It's okay. Right after they played that song at Stella's graduation, they played Brian Adams' "Cuts Like a Knife."
Oh my goodness. Hey, what is this? We're ragging on our regulars. That ragging on the regulars.
No,
Monday.
we're bringing them. You know. Wait a minute, Dory. If I recall, someone told us a few years ago that Trump's spot's already paid for. Don't quote me, but maybe.
Are you talking about on Mount Rushmore?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just so you know, I mean, this is the factoid version. Just so you know how it works, it has to be approved.
Boy
By
version?
factoid? I don't know what I say. It's
Okay, you meant to say factoid.
factoid. What did I say?
Right, you said fat boy.
I told you, Dave Blaze, Chinese is my first language. I'm entertaining in English.
Sure?
Mom.
It could be. I think your first language was broken Quiludian.
Okay, let me do the facts here. Okay,
Okay.
just so everyone knows, it's not up to Donald Trump. It has to be a law from going through Congress. So
Yep.
basically, there's
Tracy
thank
said
you.
it.
Yeah. Okay. So it has to be a law that's already the groundwork. The bill's in place. It just got to filter its way through that in the Congress. Now, the way it's going to happen, if it is, basically, we got another 2 years. It's all in position. Trump's got to roll it. Everything that he's did has to come into play. So everyone's like, yeah, the guy deserves it. He needs to be on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
And then it'll happen. All right. Dave, you want to talk about this Game of Thrones
Yes.
chick? Or?
Yes. Let's talk about Gilly.
Okay. All right. Now, guys, remember Game of Thrones here? She was, the only way to describe it, the fat guy's girlfriend. What is it? How do I explain it? Is that my...
Not the fat guy's girlfriend. What is with you? Fat boy, fat guy.
I'm trying to... People...
He told me in the before we came live, he was saying he thinks the woman that killed the kids rolled over on them.
No. All right. This, Dave, Hannah Murray, look her up. And then when you see the picture of who she was in Game of Thrones, because you don't know, they weren't costumes. She was the one that was with the fat guy.
Yeah, but the fat guy turned out to be one of the librarians.
Yes.
And the doctor and all of that, and she was Gilly.
Okay. Anyway, in real life, she had some problems and then got involved with, as what she says, like a cult through a wellness center. And it's like a lot of stuff to learn. It just came out. Her new book just
I
came
gotta
out.
tell you, the wellness cults, gurus, or wellness things, whatever it is, they're more dangerous than the ones that want to sell you, that want to make you rich, because
Right.
you're in a precarious position. Let's say you're diagnosed with some condition or disease, God forbid, or whatever, and then these people are like waiting there to say, "Oh, you don't need that. You need what I have. This is good. And this is all natural and stuff like that." And it doesn't do a darn thing for you, and you spend all your money and waste your time with that. But there are also these wellness cults where they suck you in, and
actually, this might be something I want to read here. This book. But anyway, this is a video explaining, and then the key to this video is where near the end they say, well, the dangers in these cults where people get wrapped up in them. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Within days, her mind collapsed. She stopped sleeping, started hallucinating, heard voices, believed she had supernatural powers, thought she was chosen to save the world. While she was suffering a full psychotic breakdown, cult members surrounded her, literally chanting to remove evil spirits. No doctor, no help, just madness. Eventually, police dragged her from the scene, and she was locked in psychiatric care for 28 days. Diagnosis: bipolar disorder. Now, 9 years later, Hannah Murray is speaking out and exposing what she calls the terrifying truth behind the billion-dollar wellness industry. Her warning is blunt. Cults don't always look like cults. Sometimes they look like healing. And by the time you realize the truth, it may already be too late.
All right, so we'll follow that story, see what it's all about.
Very, very dangerous, guys. Very, very dangerous. Because, remember something. These type of cults or these type of organizations have to, in order for them to sell you their garbage, they have to convince you that whatever your doctor is saying is fake, false, or somehow get you to not trust the medical community. So that's role number one. And then once you lose trust in that, then you're open to trust these people. So
right, look,
be very careful about what you're doing.
We said this before. Is why I know I did. It was very balanced. My sister is a medical doctor, so I understand that, and I understand this whole thing about getting a second opinion and everything. I understand that. Like, hey, let's find out. Be careful. And we understand about big pharma. Oh, they want to make a profit and all this stuff, and I get it. But just like we went from like cautiously learning to say something like, maybe I'll get a second opinion, to just like nothing. Like the whole industry is just rotten. Don't use that. Just like eat herbs or whatever. Like we lost that sense of balance with that.
Correct. There's a role that's good quality supplements play. And what I would suggest is this: if you are looking at various supplements for whatever it is, you got to track down the science behind it. In other words, the actual studies that were done for a particular supplement being used for a particular condition. All right, so track down that study, then see the dosage and what was actually given to the people that responded well in the study. Because a lot of these supplement companies put junk out there, slap a label on it. It's not standardized. It's not anything. And they sell it for top dollar. Like I know there's this product out there called Liver Cleanse or Liver Dose or something Dose or whatever. And when you actually look at the label, it's claiming that it has these ingredients, but nothing is standardized. They don't say how much of each is in there. It's all proprietary. Not something you really want to get involved with.
Like I said, I think we came into a good place here, where sometimes we say, okay, well, this my mama's thing when I have a cold, it works when I do this, and you have a very balanced viewpoint, and then obviously when you're really, really sick and you need amoxicillin or antibiotics, then you go get that. But we went from that sort of balance to seriously, and it's through this COVID thing, like regular people, like diagnosis, is that diagnosis, whatever, telling what the problem is, and then prescribing medication, saying, okay, this is what you need to do. And all the balance went out the door.
Right.
Anyway. Okay.
Right. In other words, it is not, look, we trust, at least I know I do, and Gene does too. We trust the medical community. However, the medical community has let people down. The doctors are aloof. They don't spend a lot of time with the patients. If a particular patient is going to 2 or 3 separate quote unquote specialists, sometimes those doctors don't communicate. They're prescribing medication that might contraindicate. So there's a lot of things there where the medical community did let us down, right? And open the door for these supplement gurus or these people that want to prey on you from a different angle. So you got to use a lot of discernment. And one thing I've learned over the years, if you want to take a supplement for a particular condition, look at the science behind it, find the studies, and then look at what was used in the study. Because a lot of times it's not what's in the bottle of the supplement that they're trying to sell you.
One more on my part, and I'll just let it go here. But there has been legislation with some of these medical reps, what they can do and not do when they go to the place and say, hey, prescribe this medication, and then they're giving them all sorts of vacations and kickbacks and go to this thing. A lot of that has been cut back on. So I don't pretend like there wasn't some sort of problem that there's like, oh, just blindly trust everything. It wasn't that. It's just like, let's just get back into just an even keel.
Right. But you hit the nail on the head, Gene. The medical community is regulated. The supplement industry is not.
Right. Okay.
It's a whole different animal. They're putting, you got stuff on the label. Yeah, what's on the label needs to be in the bottle, but it doesn't have to be standardized. They don't have to tell you how much of it is in there. They don't have to tell you really much of anything, except that they can get away with saying the label is true.
Right. Okay. Let's do this. It's time.
That's the wellness company. Trish says, self-diagnose and take your own meds. Very scary. Yeah, I saw a commercial for this with a doctor. The guy on the left-hand side of the commercial was talking about this, about buying a kit of some kind, and said, now we'll turn your attention to Dr. Victory, and she'll explain the rest of this kit. I'm thinking to myself, Dr. Victory? That can't be what it says on a birth certificate.
All right. In a minute here, we're going to do the devotional. Just want to make mention again, because after this program, we'll see a new video featuring a clip from Kim Clement. And my only point with this is, when it comes to this, and I said this before, we are a secular company. We talk politics. The difference is we are not ashamed at all of the Lord Jesus Christ. We will talk about them and encourage other people, because that's our obligation to our Lord, to talk about that.
Right.
So we spent an hour or now 45 minutes talking news, but we always love our devotional.
Amen.
So let's do this. Oh, by the way, this one was last week. I said it was one of my favorites with it, but they're all archived, and this one's wonderful. If you go to our website, go to topics where you see it lit up there, Daily Dispatch Updates, and you'll see it there, the fourth one down, George Daily Devotionals. So let's just check it out. But this one is today's devotional. Here we go.
Most of us treat worship as an appointment. It's an event locked into a specific slot on the calendar, usually Sunday morning, and confined to the 4 walls of a designated church building. That drive to isolate the sacred to a specific geographic coordinate is an ancient human tradition. We have historically gathered outside massive stone structures to connect with the divine. For ancient Israel, acceptable worship demanded a physical temple of stone and wood, specific relics, prescribed furniture, and an elite priesthood at a centralized location. And it was bound by time. Worship required offering animal sacrifices perfectly synced to a rigid calendar of holy days. The sacred was kept quarantined. You had to go to the right place, at the exact right time, and perform the proper procedure. Then the Apostle Paul wrote his letter to the Romans, and that entire blueprint was shattered. Romans 12:1 introduces a change that replaces the requirements for acceptable worship. Paul's revelation removes the traditional boundaries separating the sacred from the secular. The first boundary to fall was space. In the new dispensation of grace, the era of stone and wood temples comes to a definitive end. 1 Corinthians 6:19 lays out the shift. God no longer needs a physical building because the believer's own physical body is now the temple of the Holy Spirit. The real estate of acceptable worship transfers entirely from massive architectural structures directly into human flesh. Because you are the building, the old requirement to travel to a specific holy location is permanently abolished. God's dwelling place has been entirely decentralized. Every single member of the body of Christ now has autonomous, localized access to the divine anywhere on earth. The second boundary to fall was time. God set the people of his holy calling free from calendar-based rituals. Under the Old Covenant, worship was a punctuated event, restricted to brief, highly regulated ritual windows. Paul calls for a direct replacement, presenting the body as a living sacrifice instead of offering temporary, repeated animal sacrifices. Looking at this timeline chart, the math of a living sacrifice changes the equation. Those isolated, punctuated dots of scheduled rituals dissolve. Because the temple is a living, breathing body, worship is a continuous timeline, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Paul calls this your reasonable service. When the Spirit of God is permanently housed within you, continuous, lived-in worship is the only logical response. Acceptable worship expands to encompass the totality of a believer's existence. Believers can now worship continually, at any place, completely free of priests, relics, or physical altars. But how was this unrestricted 24/7 access actually purchased? The message anchoring this change is the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ. 1 Corinthians 15 lays out the historical record that Christ died for our sins according to the Scriptures, that he was buried, and that he rose again the third day. In this new dispensation, salvation is stark in its simplicity. Ephesians 1:13 declares that men are saved and sealed simply by hearing and believing this word of truth. The ancient barriers of space and time have been destroyed. Direct access to God is available to you right this second. Believe today, because the time is short.
Excellent. Yeah, and Dave, I want to say that, for our viewers that have been watching our devotionals for a while, it is imperative, and I'm a newer Christian, but we ground what we're doing not only on the Bible, but make sure that what we are saying is directly what the Lord wants us to say today. As opposed, I'm not saying this like negatively, but maybe with other people that just like say, okay, you need more Jesus in your life. We need to, Jesus, we need more of that, rather than actually discussing what needs to be said through the Bible.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Well, praise the Lord. We put
right.
these devotions up first thing in the morning, then have them on here, and
Yeah.
it's
All
good.
right. Okay. Dave, let's finish up the day. This is something I really don't think I understand that much. Of course, I read the article. It's from the Dispatch. Anthropic versus China. Now, Anthropic, just so everyone knows, Dave, it's a AI company, correct?
Yeah, Anthropic is the one that put out the Claude and Perplexity.
Okay. Now, the only thing I know, well, I do know, but the thing I know is most people know is Gemini and Copilot.
Well, a lot of people use Claude.
Okay.
A lot of people use Claude, especially programmers. But and Samsung is adapting Perplexity into its Bixby.
Okay. All right. Now, for everybody here, if you have not gotten Ageless Tech, it's necessary to understand and navigate what's going on, but also make sure you get the updates, because this is all happening so much in real time. And we do plug you in on this show a little bit, but Dave Blaze has the know-how to walk you through all of this.
We have, if you get Ageless Tech, you'll know how to prompt the AI. You'll know exactly how, and this video is going to explain how it all fits. Gene, play the video, and then we could expound on it.
Okay, here we go. Oh my God. So sad. Oh, hold on, I hit the wrong button. All right, here we go. This one's good.
Must have been fat.
But either way, it's just the latest twist in a fight that's been bubbling and escalating over the last few weeks between the two tech giants.
So just remind us, why are they at each other's throats?
Yeah, so Anthropic accuses Alibaba of basically ripping it off, copying its homework, if you like. A couple of weeks ago, they sent a letter to 2 US senators describing what they called as the biggest distillation attack against Claude they'd ever seen. So what's distillation? Basically, it's when you get a powerful, big model which is very capable, maybe belonging to another AI company entirely, and you bombard it with loads and loads and loads of questions, and you get the answers to those questions, and you feed those answers to the AI model that you're developing. It's a way to cut back on costs, but to still produce a very high-performing model without having to do all of the complex training. It's a way of cutting corners, basically.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Well, so our viewers understand this. So there are, we know DeepSeek. Our map talked about DeepSeek, the second map, but that DeepSeek is a Chinese company, right? That does AI, and
Yes.
and so companies like that, they would take this and just basically copy the model of it. Is that what it is?
Right. So what they would do is they would write the prompts, and set up the agent within their AI. Let's say DeepSeek's. That DeepSeek would set up. So they set up an agent in DeepSeek, and the agent bombards Claude, Anthropic's Claude, with every possible question pertaining to whatever, the cooking of rice. Okay, so let's say it comes up with 1,000 questions about cooking rice. So it gets all the answers from Claude, and then feeds those answers into the agent, then feeds it into DeepSeek.
Okay. So
and then China takes DeepSeek and puts it on the market for $1 a month.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's Anthropic is doing the heavy lifting, and these are coming into the back end saying,
That's
"Here you
right.
go. Thank you."
The heavy lifting.
All right.
The heaviest lifting, however, is being done by
Oh my goodness.
Google with Gemini, and OpenAI with ChatGPT. And actually, I have to say, Microsoft in the shadows might beat them all, because Microsoft is working on things behind the scenes that's kind of like a combo of everything.
And for the average person that does subscribe to Ageless Tech, you give some of the cheat sheets to how to make their AI more effective, correct?
Yeah, we give you all the cheat sheets. As a matter of fact, Ageless Tech is like it's like the cheat codes, if you want to put it that way. You just follow the directions there, and you will get more out of your out of AI, whether it's Copilot, Gemini, Claude, whatever, than you ever thought possible.
Yeah, and we'll talk about this other time. Remember that time that me and you did it, and then we had the incorrect answer off of the AI I was using, and then you said because you said the prompt wrong, and then you compared it. All right, Dave Blaze, happy Monday to you. We got another week here. We got the first show under our belt. All right. Anything else before you?
Listen, guys, stay tuned though. After we're off, because within a half an hour we'll have up.
Yes, we wanted to debut it here, but we had to make sure that we got everything right. So thank you so much. But just check out our Facebook and our X for the newest video.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the Dispatch. It's free. Get the emails and the news stories. And check us out Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then.